Make plays, baby. Hey, I make plays. That's all to it. They do all the talking. I do the walking, baby.
The king in the north. The king in the north.
Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So this is gonna be my Michigan versus Iowa Big Ten championship post game. But I was tired last night. Those night games, they're killers. I mean, come on. Hopefully with the playoff, we'll get an early game in the Rose Bowl, which, yeah, I think the number one seed usually plays first. Well, I'm not sure. They'll decide. But the playoff committee just made the rankings, and we're gonna get Alabama. So ain't nobody say they was gonna hand us the championship. You know, it's a lot to deal with Jordan Milroe and that Alabama defense. So put your hard hat on. We're gonna have to earn it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, Florida State probably deserved to be in, being undefeated. They got gripes. You know, you went undefeated and then your quarterback gets hurt and they decide, you're not one of the best teams. We're gonna put Alabama in, and looked like the refs were cheating for Alabama during that Georgia game. Multiple blown calls, and this isn't to say, that's just what was happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just what was happening. If you had eyes and you're paying attention and watching the game, you could see what was going on. But it is what it is. We got Bama. Got to prepare for them. Hey, you got to take down the GOAT. You say you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Well, you got to take down the GOAT. So it is what it is. You were planning on having to see Georgia. Well, you getting same type of team as Georgia, so nothing really changes, honestly. So that is what it is. I'll probably go live sometime today, and we'll chop it up about that. But now, so Michigan beat Iowa 26-0, and Stephen Brown. This is why I'd say when a defense packs their hard hat, you got to give them respect. When a team has a defense like Iowa has, you have to respect that team. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michigan struggled on offense against Iowa. That defense is physical, fast, well coached, and they know their scheme and they've played well. It's not a complex scheme. They're just so well coached in it that they know how to execute it very well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see the 26 points, and most of it came off of we got most of those yards on a punt return, fumbles, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. The game was never in question as much as Gus and Joel Klatt were trying to hype up Iowa's defense, but Michigan's defense, Iowa's offense was just abysmal. But shout out to Iowa's defense. Them boys don't be playing around. They bringing their hard hat. It's just their offense just kept giving us the ball with great field position. You get it in from the 5 on in, you might as well put points on the board for Blake Corum. And if you're on Michigan's offense and you get to the 5, you got to play and you get stopped from the 5 on in, you might as well shake Blake's hand or tell Blake, you owe me for that touchdown, because he going to get it and he's most likely going to score. So this, let's just get into it. So JJ was sharp at first, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? But the more we tried because we really couldn't run. So we tried to go to more of a pass game. But the thing about it was some of the things with the offensive line started to show up the more when Iowa knew we wanted to pass, you saw some of those problems come back to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Samaj Morgan back there returning punts. Now, he took that thing about 95 yards. You know what I'm saying? A big time play. He should have been back there most of the year. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is at this point. You know, we had Thaw back there most of the year. The thing about that is they got to get him more prepared, because if you want to do that in the playoff, he has to know when to come up and catch the ball. When he can't get a return, you can't be letting that ball drop and then it rolls 20 yards and we lose valuable field position because you thought you just didn't come up and catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? So they got to get that ironed out. But it's nice to see a difference maker at punt return. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing Iowa's punt returners, and they didn't even have what's his name, DeGene, but the other dude, he's looking fast and looking nice. So there's no excuse. All those skill position players we have on offense and defense, there's somebody that's explosive to put at punt return. So I was glad to see Samaj Morgan back there and making play. Trente Jones. We saw Trente Jones make some errors. You know, he's starting now, so coming off the bench for a few plays and starting, it's a big difference. So you saw some false starts from him. You saw some holdings from him. You know what I'm saying? But we got about a month to get him prepared to be the starter and iron those kinks out. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is on that. We saw the offensive line. I mean, trying to run it. I knew it was going to be hard to run it on Iowa. What I would have liked to seen is more big sets. You know, I would have liked to seen more offensive linemen on the field. And when you're playing an old school Big Ten team, but you still want to run it like we want to run it, why stay in the shotgun? That's what I feel about it. Why stay in the shotgun when you don't really want to run JJ and you're playing an old school, good, maybe great Big Ten defense? Get in that eye. Get in that eye formation. Put a fullback in front of Blake and grind them on out. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? You playing a old school Big Ten defense. Play some old school Big Ten football. Get in that I formation, run it out of the I, and play action them with the out of the I formation. That's how I feel. You playing a defense like that, get out that shotgun on these run plays. Just get out of it. It just ain't gonna work good enough. Get in the I formation. I don't see why we be scared we want to run it like an old school Michigan team. Then we scared to get in old school Michigan formations. Get in that eye and run it down their throat like you want to. Hell, get in the goal line. Bring in all those offensive linemen like you did against Penn State and run that rock like you want to. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Don't pussyfoot around it. Do what you want to do. Bring them offensive linemen in and run that rock down their throat. And play action them. But, you know, they did what they did. I mean, they didn't have to show really anything, so that could be that also. They didn't really have to show much because Iowa's offense was just so trash. But, you know, that's just how I feel about it, you know. Get in that I formation. Put that fullback in there and run that rock like you want to. And then see where you at. Another thing, JJ, take what's there. And this is crucial getting ready for the playoff. There was a play in like the third quarter, I want to say, where JJ was he was rolling out of the pocket, escape pressure, and he throws a ball to Roman. And it's just like, bro, don't throw that. JJ could have got 10 yards easily and got down, first down. But he tries to make a throw to Roman Wilson, who's in between two guys, so he gets sandwiched by the time the ball gets there. Bro, take them 10 yards. Now, if you got a touchdown, you know, okay, but that throw wasn't worth the risk because you could get your player injured, possibly throw an interception. Bro, just get the 10 yards. And that's going to be crucial going into this playoff. His decision making has to be on point, especially going against Bama. Especially. Because that Bama defense is something serious. You got 10 yards. You best get them 10 yards. For real. So, that's the thing. Take what the defense gives you and don't do too much unless you know it's there. You got two defenders. You got a player sandwiched in between two defenders. You might not want to make that throw. You know what I'm saying? But all right, let's get to the defense. Defense was strong. And before I even get to this, let me shout out somebody. The job that Mike Sainristil has done this year with leadership on the field, off the field, sideline, it only compares to one person. Sainristil is leading this team and following the lead of Aiden Hutchinson, what Aiden Hutchinson did in 2021. I know somebody's going to say, well, Aiden, they're two different players. They play two different positions. Sainristil is a corner. He's got 5 TDs. He's got 5 interceptions, a bunch of pass breakups, 2 TDs, and had 2 forced fumbles. This dude, he might have more forced fumbles than that. He caused 2 just last night. But what he's doing in leadership, playing nickel, playing on the outside, what he's doing for the leadership for this team is unmatched. And getting ready to play Bama, he's going to have to be on 110%. Because don't think Bama ain't going to go after him. As many turnovers and as many plays as he's made, they're going to go at him. So your job ain't done. The leadership is there. And he's done a heck of a job. I'm not going to front. He's done a heck of a job leading this team, especially being a receiver 2 years ago. Yeah. So he's done a heck of a job. But the job ain't finished, and you're going to have to lead, and Bama is going to try you. I promise you, they're going to try you. So I just wanted to shout at him out because he's doing amazing. He's done an amazing job this year. You know what I'm saying? And you have to appreciate it. But the defense was locked down. Iowa's offense is just, they're horrible for the most part. But you had Jalen Harrell with a sack, Sainristil with a fumble, strip sack, Sainristil with a big hit when Iowa was in the red zone, McGregor with a strip sack. These dudes were just kind of causing havoc, and Iowa's offense is just so bad. But Michigan's if Michigan's defense didn't cause so many turnovers and stuff like that, you don't know how it's going to turn out because we really couldn't move the ball on Iowa like that. So we scored 26 mainly off of special teams and Iowa's offense making mistakes, or our defense making Iowa's offense make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing. It was a good win. You know what I'm saying? I know some people thought we were just going to score 40 or something on them, but this is why I respect what Iowa's done this year, because that defense brings its hard hat. You know what I'm saying? They're going to play tough, strong, fundamentally sound, well-coached defense. I can appreciate that. Some people don't, but I can appreciate it. You bring that defense, they'll give you a chance, and they were giving them a chance for the most part. Iowa's offense just, they gonna make mistakes. They're just horrible on offense. But that's all I got for this one for the most part. The offense struggled. Our offense struggled against that defense. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the pass defense has to work out some kinks, and the rush defense, I mean the run blocking, you know, to me, if you're not going to run JJ, what's the point of running that read? Even when they tried to run him, it didn't work. I was well coached. So to me, get out of it. Unless you're going to stick Orgy in there and leave JJ on the bench for a while or something, which we know you're not going to do. Get out of that shotgun. Put a fullback in front of Blake or Donovan and run that rock. Run those stretches and run those dives. You know what I'm saying? But do it old school Big Ten way. You playing an old school Big Ten defense. Put a fullback in front and let's go. Like, bro. Because to me, it gives you more options when you're playing a defense like that. Like, yeah, you lose the quarterback keeping that edge defender honest on the read, but a well-coached team, he's going to be at home. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you lose it on that, but you run that rock out of that eye. Now you can play action, you can bootleg, you can roll out. So you can still, you know, get yards and create different type of scenarios by running those play actions, those bootlegs and things like that. You know what I'm saying? With the quarterback. So it's just something to think about because it ain't going to get no easier going up against this Bama defense. This Bama defense is tough. So that's just what it is, you know. It ain't much else to say. I'll probably go live probably in an hour or so. But that's all I got for this one. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.